Hello students, I am Dr. Arpita De. The topic for today's discussion is double fertilization in plants. This is one of the most important topics from plant embryology. Before we get into the topic, let's first talk about the definition of double fertilization. Double fertilization is one of the most significant phenomenon that is observed in angiosperms. The phenomenon of double fertilization in plants was studied by Nowotny and Grignard. This mechanism is noted in angiosperms where one of the two sperm nuclei goes on to fertilize the egg to form the 2N zygote or the diploid zygote, while the other fuse with the two polar nuclei to form the triploid endosperm. This endosperm is the nutritive tissue for the growing embryo. Now let's first look into the structure of the embryo sac. Here we see that the pollen adheres to the stigma. This is the longitudinal section of a flower. The stigma is adhering to the pollen grain. The pollen grain grows to form a pollen tube which travels downwards and ultimately ruptures the embryo sac from this end. This is the micropylar end and this is the chalazal end. This embryo sac houses three different types of cells. We see this typical 3+2+3 orientation or arrangement of cells in an unfertilized ovule. Here what happens, we see 3 antipodal cells, 2 polar nuclei, 2 synergids and 1 egg cell. This gives 3+2+3 arrangement of cells in an unfertilized or unfertilized ovule. Now let's come to the structure of the embryo sac. Once the pollen tube grows to an optimum length, it comes down here and ruptures the embryo sac from the micropylar end and penetrates inside. The antipodal cells are located at the chalazal end. The polar nuclei are there at the center. The egg cells are housed in between the two synergids. The sperms, the two sperm cells that are there in the tube, gets discharged and fuse with the egg and the polar nuclei. Let's quickly see the process in brief. The pollen grain grows to form a pollen tube. This is the first step. Then the pollen tube containing the generative cell and the tube cell. The pollen tube contains two cells. One is a generative cell and one is a tube cell. This generative cell gives rise to two sperms. The pollen tube penetrates the embryo sac to the micropyle. One of the two sperms fertilize the egg to give rise to the zygote, which is diploid in nature, while the other fuse with the polar nuclei to form the endosperm, which is triploid in nature. This endosperm is the nutritive tissue for the growing embryo. This pictorial representation will give the idea in brief. Double fertilization means what? The egg cell fuses with the sperm nuclei to form the 2N zygote. The other sperm will do what? It will go and fuse with the polar nuclei, that is the central cell, to form the endosperm. This is the primary endosperm nucleus, which is triploid in nature. This triploid endosperm is the nutritive tissue for the growing embryo. Now, the post-embryonic development will be discussed in the upcoming videos. If you like this video or if this video is of help to you, then do share it with your friends and others who are in need of it. Thank you.